Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming back to myrealtysource.com. This is Scott Allen coming at you with another slideshow video. What I wanted to touch base with you on today was a Fort Myers, Florida investment opportunity for those of you that are looking for a income stream, or for those of you that are looking for your potential future second home and you want to rent it out in the meantime, or if you're looking at something like a rehab project that are becoming very popular. We have a few opportunities that we're getting from banks in a certain area that we're really targeting right now. And for those of you that are familiar with the area down here, the McGregor corridor, the McGregor Boulevard corridor of Fort Myers is basically the Rodeo Drive of Beverly Hills. It's a street that's beautiful. It's filled with very, very mature royal palm trees. It's a very nice area of town. Middle to upper earning individuals and families live there, and it's a really unique opportunity to own a location at its finest. The west side of McGregor Boulevard is your riverfront side, which is your bay, for lack of a better term there, but that leads out to the Gulf of Mexico. On the west side, you have a few scattered roads, which I'm going to show you that we're targeting. That is literally within 100 yards of the river from McGregor Boulevard. So there's a really nice location. The landscaping is really nice. The yards are really big. You know, it doesn't give you that other, that typical and traditional yard in Florida where it's 0.19 acres or 8,000 square feet. You usually get at least a quarter of an acre over in this area. And as you can see in this picture, this is very similar to what we're going to be targeting. The price points are going to be anywhere from $100,000 to $160,000. Comps are within range of up to $200,000. It's a really unique opportunity to get into this, to purchase your future second home, rehab and flip, hold as a rental property, but there's so many advantages here for a very affordable price, and the rental rates are actually much higher than the average because of its location, the proximity to things, the demand for, nicer areas. So we're certainly dealing with some higher rents, lower prices at the bottom of the real estate market, which I'm going to get into soon. Let's talk about why Fort Myers, Florida. Well, we did some research recently because everybody's asking us where the bottom of the market is. Who can predict the bottom? Nobody really can predict the bottom. But what we can do is we can analyze the numbers that are given to us in public records and through MLS searches. Here's the interesting statistic. As of April 1st, 2011, the shadow inventory in Lee County was 1,032 homes. From January 1st of 2008, there were over 75,000 foreclosure filings in Lee County. Of that, almost all of them have been disposed by banks, short sales, certificate sales at the courthouse steps, whatever. The reality of it is the shadow inventory is approximately 1,032 homes. That is not a lot of homes, people, left on shadow inventory levels. Lee County averages 1,000 sales per month. So the bottom is here. You're going to want to take advantage of the low prices because prices are already starting to go up. Anything under $150,000 in a good location is flying off the market literally in days. So this product opportunity that we have probably has a short shelf life. I'd say probably 4 to 6 months. But you're really putting yourself in a position to buy at the bottom, buy a low risk, very high reward type of investment property for in Florida real estate. Buy a good home in a great area for the value of the land. That is true. I'm going to show you in a slide of one that we recently did. We picked up a home for $115,000. That's the value of the land. We got a beautiful home for $115,000 that we simply could have just put a couple $1,000s in and rented and gotten a nice income stream off of it. We chose to rehab and flip it, which we're going to show you. But you can buy homes right now in this specific area. That's one of the hottest areas of Fort Myers, one of the nicest areas of Fort Myers for just what the value of the land is. And you can get a nice asset of a tangible asset like a home on that you can rent out for a while. We have a very vibrant rental market. We have a huge demand for rental properties. Rents are expected to increase by 3.1% by the third quarter of 2011. And Lee County is rated #1 in the country by Investment and Banking magazine for the area that has the biggest potential for job growth. And if you come down here and you land at the airport, you'll see all of the construction and infrastructure repair that's going on down here. So it's really exciting. Okay, we're gonna fly through this slideshow here. If you guys can't see this, please email me for a copy of this PowerPoint. But this is a map of basically a lot of Lee County. You see Fort Myers on the right side of the Caloosahatchee River, or that inlet. On the left side, you see that peninsula, which is Cape Coral, and you also see Sanibel Island, Captiva Island, St. James City, Fort Myers Beach. The black line that we drew there is McGregor Boulevard. You see a very, very small sliver of land to the west side of that line, where that red dot is or so. That area, and immediately to the east, within a few blocks, we're going to be targeting these homes that we're discussing. So this area is very close to the water. There's public boat ramps that you can launch your boat out. It's a very, very vibrant area, and you're going to see that the black line, if you come down here, the black line we started right around the Fort Myers Beach area, and it goes all the way to the black line ends to where is considered downtown Fort Myers. At right about the end of that black line on the north side, you'll see a couple bridges crossing over that Caloosahatchee River. That's downtown Fort Myers. So from the bottom of the black line to the top of the black line is approximately 7 miles. And here we have another map. This is just zoomed into an area of McGregor. The north and south yellow line that you see to the left, identified with some routes 867. But if you can read McGregor Boulevard going up and down or north and south, you'll see that that's McGregor and how close it is to the water. And those side streets that branch off of McGregor's a little bit busy sometimes, so we really don't like to really focus on homes that are directly on McGregor. But we do love the areas directly to the east and west of them. We don't like to go any far east of Highway 41 or South Cleveland Avenue, which is the other yellow line going north and south to the east. We specifically focus on just a few blocks to the east, and obviously all the way to the waterfront on the west. Here you see a picture of McGregor Boulevard. We took this the other day kind of as we were driving. You'll notice the very large royal palm trees. This is a very nice road. It's lined up and down the entire way, almost all the way from the beach as far down as you can get to downtown. So as you can see, it is similar to our Rodeo Drive. Rodeo Drive has different types of palm trees, but we have the royal palms, which I think are some of the nicest that are out there. But as you drive down McGregor, you'll see that the lush landscaping, it's very mature. This area is one of the oldest parts of Fort Myers, and that you can certainly get an indication from the mature landscaping and homes as you drive in and out of the area. Here's just a still shot of one of the side streets on McGregor Boulevard. This happens to be one of the streets that we recently purchased an REO from, and beautiful street lined with some live oaks. Those are live oaks over there. You'll see a lot of palm trees in the area. But if you see the break of light through the trees way at the end of the road there, that's the waterfront. So that's how close you are to the waterfront off of McGregor Boulevard. A lot of these homes during the peak of construction booms were demolished and built bigger and newer, where a lot of people took equity out of their homes to build the bigger homes. But there's certainly a great opportunity right now to buy the older homes that are still in great condition, that have been either updated or need a little bit of updating work for an investment property for you. But this is one of the streets, so very different than what you see in Lee County. A lot of pictures that people see, the landscaping is new or just a few years old. This is a very, very nice area of Fort Myers, as you can see. And as you can see in the picture, we have the target rental type. This is your standard home off the McGregor corridor area that we target. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. This home was built in 1974, I believe it was. We recently acquired this one. But this is pretty typical. We're not dealing with old 800 square foot homes. You don't really see many of those around. These, most of the homes you see on McGregor Boulevard, once you drive in and out of these streets, are very similar to this. On the lower end, and as you obviously heard in the previous slide, people demolished these during the peak of construction, the real estate boom, and built bigger and newer houses. The yards are big. A lot of people with a lot of money came in and bought these homes and built bigger and better for their families or for investment opportunities. But not a bad little home. We got this home for $120,000. And it's a very nice home, built of concrete block and steel. The roof was in great shape. The inspection checked out very well when we took a look at it. And just a quick teaser picture of what people have knocked down and rebuilt over in that area. This home is actually not even on the water. A lot of this home is kind of more appropriate for a waterfront home, but being that the lots are so big and this area is so nice, this is what people were basically building and still living in, and it's really, really rejuvenating and gentrifying the entire McGregor Boulevard corridor section in Fort Myers. And if you could take into consideration the home that we saw 2 slides previously of the home that we bought, that we told you we inspected and purchased, here are rough estimates based on what these homes will bring you. And this is kind of something that we just bought for an investor. These numbers are actually pretty accurate here. Just bought a home for an investor at $140,000. Your operating expenses, which consist of your property taxes, your insurance, property management if you choose to have some, maintenance, your total operating expenses come to just over $5,000 on the home. Your monthly and annual rental projections are $1,400 a month or $16,800 a year. We are actually in process of putting a lease in place for May 1st at $1,400, which is why we put it there. And that's pretty much the going rate in Fort Myers right now in this area for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom minimum home. You're getting about $1,400, sometimes $1,300, sometimes $1,500, depending on what type of day you're working on or who's out there looking for homes. But anywhere between $1,300 and $1,500 seems to be the going rate for some of these homes on the McGregor corridor. So your net operating income runs you $11,706 a year, which is your income after expenses. So it gives you a return on investment of about 8.5%, which is very good. For a single-family dwelling in Florida. Right now, the average going rate in Florida is about 6 to 8% on single-family homes. But being that we're in I'd say a Class A type neighborhood and dealing with a Class B asset, an 8.5% return or capitalization rate is very favorable for real estate investors. So we discussed what it's like to buy and rent out for a rental property. The rental properties are great for 5 years, 6 years. If you want to use it as your second home opportunity, that's great. That's what personally here at our firm we're doing individually. We just picked up a home and I plan on renting it out, and I plan on possibly adding on some additions and either moving in myself in the future or just selling it off to an end user buyer or a first time homeowner in the future. But the next thing that we're going to talk about is the rehab and flip. Why? Because there are no rehab loans available for homeowners today like there was in the past. You can't go in as a first-time home buyer anymore and expect the bank to take a separate equity line in at closing simultaneously to give you money to rehab it. So it's up to real estate investors to offer that. And it's a really, really hot thing to do right now. And it's been proven. We've done it. We've seen a lot of other investors do it. First-time home buyers are abundant right now. In Florida, as I mentioned, Lee County, we're number one in projected job growth. So a lot of people are refocusing their thoughts on where they're going to move to Florida, where cost of living is more affordable, taxes are low. A lot of people are really honed in on Fort Myers area. So it brings a great opportunity for real estate investors to kind of speculate on the flip. We'll show you in a few slides here what we've done. Investors can maximize gains by purchasing old and rehabbing to newer and updated condition. And as you can see, what we're doing is we're buying for about $75 a square foot right now on older homes. Sometimes they need work if you're going to rent them. Sometimes they don't. But if you go and renovate the property to flip, we're right around $25 a square foot. We have 2 contractors that we work with. Preferably, you can pick your own contractor, but we certainly have 2 contractors that are very good in the area and give great prices at about $25 a square foot. Your resale is about $150 to $160 a square foot, which will give you about a 25% cash-on-cash profit margin. Keep in mind, real estate investors, this is typically for cash-based investors only. If you do choose to finance your home, you would have to still pay for your renovations out of pocket. Again, there are no rehab loans available. If you did want to take a loan on the property, you can, but you will have to pay for your rehab out of pocket. We suggest on a rehab and flip, we suggest that you bring cash for the entire thing. Just makes it a little bit easier, more cost efficient. But financing is available for those that need it. Okay, our most recent killer deal that we got. This is a home that the numbers exceeded our expectations, and this does happen, and sometimes maybe they won't happen this great, but we were really successful on this one. This was one that our firm did. Our most recent before picture, we bought this. This is actually right off the McGregor corridor. Really great area. This home is one house off the river, so we actually got some river views from upstairs, but that's the dilapidated condition that it was in. Definitely needed a lot of work. It was really old inside, as you're going to see, but that's what it looked like from the outside. So keep in mind what this looks like for the next slide, and it's going to blow your mind of what we did. This is the finished version, right at completion. This is about when we put it on the market. We took this picture. As you can see, we took a lot of the landscaping out that they had, added new landscaping to it. We added bandings around the windows, around the garage doors, just to give it a more updated look. Redid the roof, redid a lot of things on this house. Painted the exterior, put some moldings around the home to make it look nice and new. Beautiful house once we were done, and certainly something that got a lot of attention on the market. Here's a picture of the really nice glamorous kitchen that we had at closing. As you can see, the cabinets look like they're from 1960. This is a before picture of the kitchen. You can see the sink, the countertops, the windows leading out to the back patio. You can see the living room in the back. But you see the drop-down ceiling over there? You see how it drops down there and kind of limits your ceiling height? Well, we took all that out, and you're going to see that in the next picture what we did. You're not even going to recognize the kitchen, but it is the same kitchen. Finished product of the kitchen. As you can see, we took everything out. We gutted the entire thing. We almost gutted the entire house, basically down to the drywall. But what we did is we added updated cabinets, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. We went all out. I mean, we had to. With this location, if you're going to flip it to an end user that's expecting the best, you can't go chintzy and add the white appliances. For this location, people are expecting the best, so we give them the best materials. The cost for them are way down. So, we're able to get a really good price from our contractor and suppliers. We were able to do this for about, I'd say, 60% of the cost of what it cost us during the boom of construction when we were doing this as well. So there's a picture of the kitchen. As you can see, much more natural sunlight that we brought in, and we just really opened up the place. And notice the drop-down ceiling is no longer there. Here's a beautiful master bathroom. We just took a picture of this. This is the only one that I had. I wish I would have taken a picture of all angles, but this is the master bathroom, and you can see the vanity, the sink, the nice air freshener sitting on top of the sink. But this is what it looked like before. Let's take a look at what it looked like after. As you can see, we gutted the bathroom also. We added the same. We did the same exact tile throughout, but we added some nice curvature to the cabinets, some nice granite. We actually ripped out and replaced the entire shower and tub combo. Put that in there, so we certainly updated that bathroom. And as you can see, it looks like a brand new house. Okay, and here's what happened on this house. We made a 44.6% ROI in 5 months. The home was listed for $160,000. We bought it for $115,000. We paid cash. We waived the inspection. We went over there first before we made our offer. I walked through with our contractor and basically did in our own independent inspection at the time. So we offered a low price, cash, waived the inspection period, got $115,000 for that house. Threw another $90,000 into rehab costs. We actually had to have our contractor pull a couple permits for what we wanted to do. Total rehab costs came to $90,000. We had total investment of $205,000 into the home. We listed the home at $349,000, sold it in 55 days for $318,900. A great return that we made. Gross profit was $113,900, and after our selling costs, our net profit came to just over $91,000. So that gave us about a 44.6% ROI in 5 months, which is quite significant. Even if you cut that number in half and you get to a 22.5% ROI in 5 months, I'm pretty sure any real estate investor out there will tell you that you're getting a great deal. So, but this area of Fort Myers is very, very in very high demand from end user buyers. These are not impossible numbers to achieve. You just have to have the right product, and with our knowledge in the marketplace, we're able to find that and have that vision in terms of what these things can be bought for and what they can be sold for after rehab costs. So talk to us. We'll consult you in terms of what needs to be done. We'd love to hear your ideas as well if you're experienced in this type of investment property. But of course, if you wanted to rehab this and have $205,000 total invested dollars into a house like that, people would be crazy not to think about using it as their own second home. So once we were done, we fell in love with it, and I hated parting with it. So these are the numbers on it. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by our slideshow. I love doing these slideshows. It gives a little bit more of an intimate type of feel with our company and our firm of what we do, what we can provide. Our knowledge in the area is second to none. We definitely have a lot of passion in this market. And we certainly invite you to come down. We'd love to give you a tour of this area. I'm pretty sure you're going to fall in love with the McGregor Corridor area and see the potential and the value of the real estate that's currently on the market. So again, this has a very short shelf life. I'd say 4 months, 6 months at the longest. So we certainly look forward to you guys coming down, seeing the area, or if you're a sight unseen investor from out of town or an international investor, we certainly do video updates. As you can see on our website, we're not chintzy with videos. We'll take complete videos for you and send them to you. We'll upload them to YouTube or send them to you privately. But attached is on this page is all my contact information. If you have any questions, if you want to Skype me or if you want to email me or instant message me or whatever you want to do, I'm always available. We're always doing contract work at the office during the week, and we're out on tours during the weekend. So please feel free to contact me anytime. Looking forward to hearing from you, and have a great day.